That's not my screen. Whoops. I'll use that. Oh, there we go. Change my audio. No, don't end the meeting. Hey, there's people. To the old.
Night.
Good morning. Good evening for me. Yes. How are you been?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, getting good. Good. Despite everything, you know, things are good. I'm currently in California talking to you, so yeah. It's raining here. Yeah, there's some storms and things like that. Yeah, it's cold. I had to put on my jacket, you know.
Yeah, we are spring here now.
Yeah. There's some nice pictures that I posted of. My family has some like orange trees and things. And
We also just see the pictures.
Yeah.
Or just from the balcony, so we cannot experience this.
No, I mean everybody's got their own unique experiences through this. How are you and your family?
Nice, no problem at the moment.
Okay.
What about you?
Good. Yeah, I think my family is doing very well despite everything. And my sister's stepping it up, and my mom is just cooking. That's what she does when she's stressed. So. Yeah, my father still kind of works. Maybe he shouldn't be working, but yeah, I think we seem to be fine. Yeah, I mean, he has to go to he's a carpenter, so he has to go and get some supplies and things like that. But yeah, relatively, yeah, I was worried about my family, and that's why I wanted to come back. But you know, they seem to all be very super happy and well.
I hope everything will be better fine.
I hope so too. I hope that there's a flight back to Turkey soon, so I can not have to do. It's 11. What? It's 11:15 almost p.m. for me on Monday. So, and then yesterday I had to wake up at 4 a.m. to teach a class. I would like to get. Yeah, I would like to get back to Turkey time. But yeah, everybody else is joining us. Class is almost about to begin. I love really just kind of seeing everybody and listening to you, and it's great motivation to actually see your faces, hear your voices, and then also hear your laughter. So I think that always brings me some joy and motivation. So yeah, we got a few students joining, and hopefully more soon. Yeah, Selin, how are you doing today?
Fine, thanks.
Hi.
How about you?
Good.
Hi.
Pretty good. Yeah, despite everything. This is what day 12 of self quarantine. I got 2 more days. Yeah, I feel fine. No symptoms, but you know, just playing it safe, taking all precautions as we should all be doing. Yeah. How's everybody else? Chuche, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. What about you, Mr. Rob?
Pretty good, yeah. I mean, you can see that this house is pretty empty. It's a
Oh, I
nice
like
big
your
space.
house.
You know. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's not my house. Luckily, you know, through karma, through goodwill, my brother's friend, his misfortune of not being able to rent his house has given me the opportunity to have a nice place as my office. And so, even after the self quarantine, I will still continue to do my work here. I think it's easier for me to teach uh, in an empty house instead of my mom and dad screaming. So yeah, the house that like my parents' house is pretty small, and I wouldn't want to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, now hopefully 6 now to talk about or to teach. So, but yeah, it's great. Mariam, how are you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, what's fine mean? I mean, come on, a little more details, you know.
Mm, Quarantine is working for me. I'm doing sports at home, doing puzzles, reading books. It's good. I think it's for me.
Good, good. What kind of books are you reading?
Sometimes fictional, sometimes educational.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Denise, how are you doing?
Hi, good morning.
Calling on people. Good morning.
It's nice. I don't know.
Yeah. Have you been checking out the orange blossoms?
Yes,
Can you smell them from your house?
yes. We have a garden, and it's easy for me.
Good, good, good. Okay, so yeah, it's about time to get started. I would love to just be able to chat with all of you. Maybe one day or one week when I don't want to do class, we can just do some meetups and just talk, right? So, yeah, so writing 2, let's get to it. Whoops, let me share my screen. I guess, yeah. Let's see how to do this. All right, desktop 2, boom. Are we live? Oh my God, can you see something?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't like this. I don't like that oh, there we go. I'm gonna put me right there. Whoops. We're all learning how to do this still, huh? The audio, yeah, well, okay, so if your mic is kind of making a lot of noise, you can just go ahead and mute yourself. I actually do like being able to hear you, so I think it's strange doing these presentations. I think, hold on, I gotta do this other thing. I'm trying to become a YouTube celebrity. So yeah, today welcome to my channel again. Let's do this way. Oh, you're not speaking. Oh, let me. Technical problems. Oh gosh, there we are. Okay, let's try this again. I got 2 screens. I got a camera. If you see my setup right now, somebody's kind of breathing heavily into their mic. If you can maybe mute yourself, that would be wonderful. I just love just someone's deep breathing. Oh, stop. No, just kidding. All right, so let's try that one more time. Desktop 1, I believe, is it. Okay. So yeah, there we are. There we are. Whoops. Nope, you don't want to see that screen. Oh, gosh. If I thought it was difficult before to teach with technology, well, It's even more difficult now. Ooh. All right. So yeah, the one thing you want to be able to do right now is you want to pin me. And that means that, yeah, you're going to be able to just see me. And if somebody else is speaking, it won't jump back and forth. I can show you how to do that. Somebody is still breathing really heavily into their microphone. So maybe to move your headset a little bit away from your mouth. Maybe you are sleeping on your bed. I'm not going to call anybody out, but here's to some good night tea for me and hopefully a good morning coffee for you. All right, so yeah, this is writing 2. Thank you to whoever turned off their mic, thank you. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can just chime in. I'm not gonna be able to see you because I just have my view so I can look at myself. Actually, no, I shouldn't do that. Anyways, we're all learning. Yeah, so this is welcome. This is writing 2. This is week 7 of I don't know how many weeks of school there will be. So yeah, welcome. Hi, everybody. Yeah, good to see everyone. If your video is on. Hey.
Hi.
Okay, good. I'm starting class. Yeah, so hopefully you all were able to watch my video. I Tekken, you gotta mute your mic. Sorry. So yeah, if you have noises, cats around, young
No,
children.
I don't have any problem.
I know, but yeah, you can mic. I can mute you if you want me to mute you as well. So. All right. So yeah, if you watch the video, make sure we have to have the system. All right. I'm gonna do this for you. Okay, so I'm gonna mute you. Sorry, there's a lot of noise going on. I don't know how to close all these things. All right, yeah, so that video, so yeah, I need you guys to be able to go onto the school, I'll call it the university system from now on, and that system kind of tracks you guys, so it helps me to see how many students have actually downloaded, checked the link, things like that. So yeah, the Zoom, I think, is the preferred way of doing these classes for most students. If you have an issue with it, please let me know. But yeah, you wrote about cause and effect, about your own life and about how the current uncertainty in the world, as I call it now, has affected you. So, and you used a chain organization to talk about that. So yeah, there's no due dates for any assignments. I know I put punctuality on it. I'm going to remove that. So that should be 5 points. I'm trying not to grade really hard, but that also means that I can't give a lot of feedback. And just because I do not have the time nor the mental capacity at the moment to do what I did before, these online classes, I think, do take up significant more amount of time preparing lessons, and I think your teachers, your other teachers would also agree. Ooh. All right, except for the midterm. And I think, yeah, the midterm for writing next week is week 8 is midterm week. I want to probably have it due on week 9, just because most students don't come to school on week 9. I would like to allow you to not come as well, especially because it's spring and hopefully you can, I don't know, other people have spring breaks, so let's have a spring break. Okay, so yeah, we're going to talk about cause and effect first. And so yeah, last week, homework was about cause and effect of the current pandemic. You were asked to use chain organization, and that's kind of like one cause leads to another cause, things like that. Yeah, so linked to each other. One event causes a second event, which in turn causes a third event, and so on. This is from my previous notes. And I'm gonna post the PDF versions of those other PowerPoints just so that you can see them better. They're gonna be smaller in size. Yeah, so for example, due to the outbreak of coronavirus around the world, international travel was becoming limited. Bob's program was canceled because they were worried about the effects of the coronavirus. So yeah, the English language program, the program that I was on in Turkey was terminated worldwide. And that meant that all of us fellows from in Turkey did not have a program to work for. We still had our own personal commitments to the universities that we taught with. So, and I'm still continuing to teach because I feel like that's my obligation, my duty, my responsibility to the university, to Turkey, and to you as students. So, yeah, and what I get. Yeah.
Do you think that the phrase due to has any positive or negative sense of meaning?
Um, it's no, I mean it's I would say neutral. I mean, due to I would say yeah, no, wait, due to my happiness. I would say it usually has more of a negative, and due to is to is a preposition, so what follows it can only be a noun or a noun phrase. So the outbreak of the coronavirus around the world. Yeah, I would usually put that on something very academic due to, yeah, usually negative connotation. Okay. So yeah, you're welcome. So yeah, Bob's programs were canceled because I would say is neutral. Because I was happy, I went for a walk outside, or because it was sunny, right? But yeah, because of something bad, something else happens. Since there was limited flights back to the US and he did not have the support of his program, he decided to return to the US to be with his family. So these are cause signal words. These are reasons. So what follows after these, cause signal words are the causes of something, right? So due to blah, blah, blah, due to the cause, because of the cause, since blah, blah, blah, something else happens. And that thing before would be the effect. Okay, so I showed this before. Maybe I gotta move things around again. Can you guys can you see just me, or do you see this bar on top? Is there a bar for anybody? You see a bar? Hide video.
You are
panel.
leaving Bob. No, I'm speaking.
Oh, okay. So you just see the screen and okay. Let me see what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. Sound the alarm. It's time to wake up. Hide floating meeting controls. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's escape the show. Okay, so this is from previous slides. This is from that textbook, Longman's writing academic English. You can use this. There's plenty of resources on the internet, so go and look at those. But yeah, if you can write down a few sentences using the cause signal words to describe some reasons for your current situation, I'm going to give you like a minute. You should have notebooks, and maybe you should be taking notes while you are doing online classes. But yeah, I will post the videos after each class. Zoom allows me to do like a cloud recording, so it gets up there pretty quickly. So yeah, do check out the notes. And yeah, I will post all these PowerPoints / PDFs as I usually do. I'm just also trying to use the university system, so you get on there and it shows a percentage, because I want to see 100% from all of you someday. Yeah, so let's just break out of this real quick. Whoops. Ooh, I have to press escape. Ooh, yeah. Let's stop the share. Oh, if I stop the share, you can't see it. Oh my gosh. Technology. Whoops. Nope. Yeah, that's the right one. Hi. And then I guess, oh yeah, I can see all you. Here we go. I don't know how to take roll. That's the problem. Like I should have you sign a piece of paper now. Oh, time. Oh, we got 30 minutes. I like a little bit of time. All right. If you are maybe ready with a sentence, you can just go ahead. You can do the little hand raising thing. I think Denise is ready. So can you share your sentence? Yeah, you look ready.
I came back to my hometown because of the
Oh,
coronavirus outbreak.
Which
Oh.
Denise?
Great. Okay. Oh, sorry. There's two of you. I didn't see.
Okay.
No,
Sorry.
no. Perfect. Wonderful. No. I wish you all had numbers. I could just call you. Great. So you came back to your hometown because of the coronavirus. Okay.
Yes.
When did you come back to your hometown?
I guess it was 14th of March.
14th of March. Okay. So yeah, March 11th, first case of coronavirus, right? Okay.
Mhm.
So March 11th. Oh, okay. Ishklar. Ishklar. I'll just call you that. Denise,
Schools are cancelled, and so we are home.
so we are home. Good. Okay. So yeah, these are cause signal words. Anybody else would like to share before we move on? Yeah, Tuche. Hands,
Yes,
thumbs up.
as a result of my coming late to the class, I missed the whole class.
Oh, not this class though, right? But just in general, just okay. Yeah. Yeah, as a result of my bad internet, yeah, it's been very difficult for me to work. But yeah, I solved my internet problem. I got a new SIM card that just is for data, and then I'm hooked it up to my router. Lots of fun stuff. Anybody else? Any thumbs up? No? Okay. Yeah, let's just move on. So more about cause and effects. So you did write down a sentence as a result. Oh, okay. So this is the other one. Sorry. So, oh, as a result. So you use the effects words, right? As a result, the result being a coronavirus, right? He went. That's a big mistake. He went back. He bought. Oh, there we go. Mistakes. My computer's so slow. Because Bob's computer was so slow, you'll have to wait with the black screen. Okay, here we go. As a result, he bought a plane ticket to Los Angeles. His international. What? I can't type today. Yeah, I only slept 3 hours and then I woke up and then I slept another 3 hours. So let's see how I do for the rest of the year. His international travel caused him to go. Oh, his international travel, no ED. I'll erase that later. Caused him to go into self-quarantine for 2 weeks. So he has been living at his brother's friend's house since returning to the US. Yeah, some of these are effects words. I think I made a mistake on a few. So, but yeah, here's our little list. Let me move myself out of the way. So yeah, again, let's try to do this with some effect words. So as a result of, as a consequence, therefore, thus, consequently, hence. I don't ever use hence. So as a coordinator, to result in, to cause, to have an effect on, to affect, the cause of, the reason for, and thereby. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and write down another bunch of sentences based on that. And I'm gonna call some other wonderful individuals who haven't spoken yet. There's 2 halas today again. Okay, great. How many 2s are there? There we go. mute them. So confused. All right, so using the effect signal words, go ahead, Hilal B. You can unmute yourself, or I can unmute you. Oh, there you go, you did it. I can't see you, so go ahead. Nope, you muted yourself again. Maybe I can't hear you. How about Hilal A? Let's hear from. She unmuted herself. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can.
As a result of coronavirus, everyone got back their homes.
Okay, so got back to their homes, went back to their homes, returned to their homes. Yeah, as a result of coronavirus. Yeah. Let's see. Mr. Emre, would you like to share? Mr. Emre, I'm going to unmute you. Oh, this is so fun. Nope. Maybe you can't hear me. Anyways, let's see. Who else? Trying to do some class participation. Chisholm, would you like to give a sentence? I'm going to unmute you. Hope you're not listening to music. Oh, never mind. Umut, can you give me a sentence?
Yeah, why not? As a consequence of the measures taken by the government, we need to wear masks when we go to the supermarket.
Okay, so as a consequence of the government's measures, we have to wear masks. So yeah, California is doing the same thing. I use like a buff, one of these little scarves I just pull up on my face. But yeah, good. All right, so enough of that. We're gonna try to do something. I hope everybody can do this. Let's see if we can do this. So most of you know Google Docs. Some of you have not used it if you're in 1B. So I just kind of wanted to go over Google Docs real quickly. We're gonna kind of do a Google Docs group doc, okay? So I'm gonna send you a link. Everybody, I think, should know how to, get the little chat thing, you'll get a link, you can click on the link. Because you're in Zoom, you should be able to switch and still be able to hear and speak. So yeah, you can open the link on your phone and still listen to the lecture. And some of you might have to mute your sound, especially if you're typing furiously. So let's give it a try before we talk about the midterm. So let me pull out of this real quick. Boom. All right, slow computer, wake up. All right, so I got a lot of things on my computer, as always. We're gonna look at this screen. All right, so I hope most of you have Google Docs on your phone. If you don't, it's fine. You can just kind of watch along, but I'm gonna share with you a link. I'm gonna pull up the chat box and I'm gonna send this link to everyone. What you have to do is just click on this link, okay? And this link, it allows you to edit. So hopefully you all got this. You should be able to edit on this. So yeah, I see an anonymous person. That means that you don't have a name, that's fine. And so yeah, Google Docs lets you all work on something together. And so you're looking at this, go ahead, find an empty little space and type your sentence that you just wrote. So, due to the coronavirus, I don't know, do you capitalize coronavirus? Is it a name? Yeah, I think it is. Let's just call it COVID-19. So yeah, and if you have your account, then I would actually be able to see your name. But yeah, just go ahead, press some spaces, go down, and try to type. So this is Google Docs, and it allows you to do group writing. So if you actually had to do an assignment with your friends, so yeah, anonymous leopards moving down, typing some stuff. We got an anonymous platypus. So Google Docs uses like names of animals in order to give, I think you can have up to 200 people typing at the same time. So due to COVID-19 appearance, Bob is in America. Okay. Hey, Ilhan, go ahead. So yeah, if you got this chat, if you don't have Google Docs, it's fine. You can still see what we're all doing, right? So yeah, I've used this in my grad master's classes in order to work at the same time with somebody online. Google Docs, I think is great. We can make this bigger maybe so everybody can see. So let me make my screen bigger. Nope, can't do that. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, there we go. People are typing. As a consequence of COVID-19, yeah. What's COVID-1? COVID-1 was SARS. I think people can't travel. So yeah, you can like look at each other. You can fix each other's things. You know, yeah, this is great. So yeah, Google Docs. If you ever need to work on a document with somebody else, you know, make a Google Doc, send a link to them, and then you can go ahead and do this. I'm gonna take the charge ahead and just change it to Times New Roman because I like Times New Roman. So boom, we're all in Times New Roman. And yeah, so you can work on a thing together. One person could be writing one paragraph while another person is doing another paragraph. You never step on each other's toes. You know, I'm just gonna keep going further and further down, but yeah. So yeah, make sure that you get Google Docs on your phone. If you have your computer, it's even better. And hopefully, yeah, you can still all hear me while we're doing this. I'm gonna try to be using some of these things so that we can do some kind of group writing activities together. I think it would be good for us to see. And then, yeah, I can share this. I mean, you have this now on your account. So, you know, if you want to look at examples of students, I'm just going to go ahead and read some of these out to you. The virus spread. So spread is interesting because it's one of those ones that spread. Spread too fast. So yeah, don't mind me if I'm correcting you, but cool thing about Google Docs, if you see this, you can like click on it and it'll auto correct for you. And it only works if you're using like the English version. So yeah, make your account English. And yeah, so the Ministry of Education took some precautions, right? So keep it in the past tense. I need to stay at home as a consequence of the government measures. Wonderful. Not wonderful, I mean the measures. No, the measures are good. Measures are good for people. Coronavirus caused me not to meet my friends as it can spread among social groups. Yes, so yeah, social distance. I don't like that term. I like physical distance. You know, you can maybe, if you had a space to stand maybe 6 feet apart from each other, you know, and wear masks and stuff like that, you can still be social. And I do find that people are even more social now on the internet, on their phones, each other, checking in. You know, people who never talk to their parents that I know now call their parents all the time. So it's great. Because of COVID-19, people under 20 and people over 65 are banned to go outside, banned from. Yeah, so if we click on that from going outside, boom. So yeah, Google Docs is kind of like your little language teacher, right? So if you make a mistake with grammar, Google Docs, if you set your settings to English, can let you do all sorts of fun things. Cool. Everybody got it? And if you don't got it, then you know, try to practice this with somebody else. If you're doing a midterm, maybe you can have somebody look at your paper for you, but not write your paper for you. All right, so I'm going to go back to our slides. Thank you for everybody who participated. That was wonderful. And if you've never used Google Docs before, try it out because you have to, because it's going to be part of your midterm. Yeah, and I guess let me do another cool sharing thing. Let's do the old share. Hopefully this works. My iPhone. One day my computer is just gonna crash. Okay, so yeah, hopefully now you can see my iPhone. Everybody can see my iPhone?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay. Ooh, here we go. So that was the last thing we were typing. So yeah, here we go. This is my phone. You can see everybody still typing. Yeah, Google Docs. If I press that bottom button right there, the pencil, I can go ahead and start typing. So yeah, you can easily do these things on your phone. The little dot gives you all the other extra little information, shows you who's writing. We got a turtle, we got a leopard, we got a lion and a sheep. Great. But yeah, you can go ahead and keep typing. And it lets you know who did what, right? So if you're typing, hello, everyone. Anyways, so yeah, that's the phone. You can go ahead, try practicing that out. Someone's microphone's being loud. Oh, I'm not gonna stop the share. We're gonna go share back to desktop one. Boom. All right, so that was Google Docs. Great. Okay, so you all came here today to listen to me talk about the midterm. Somebody's mic, I think Naz, if you can turn off your sound. I'm gonna mute. Oh yeah, I can. Oh, I can see who's like making the noise. Wonderful. Gosh. Okay, so the midterm will be on week 8, as it usually is midterms. I'm gonna give you the assignment hopefully by tomorrow. And the assignment will be electronically submitted using Google Docs. And if you have an issue with using Google Docs, if you want to write it on a piece of paper and then do the cam scanner, scannable, a document scanner so that I can read it easier and so that it's a PDF. I don't like getting JPEGs because I can't edit on them on my iPad. But yeah, if you were in my previous classes, we've done Google Docs. What you're going to do is when you get the Google Classroom assignment, you just click on the Google Docs that's attached to it, and then it'll add your name, and it's the easiest way to do it. You don't have to email me it. I typically lose emails. If you do it within Google Classroom, I can easily find it. I don't have to go searching everywhere. And yeah, do try to press the submit button because it helps me to know if you finished so I can start to grade. Yeah, and I will let you know the due date. So I'm going to try to actually go further than the midterm since I don't have to submit the midterm grades. I think that we've only had, 2 weeks and not really enough time to transition into online distance learning. And so I would like to give you more time, and I would like to do less of this teaching so that you can have some more time to do what you need to do in your own lives. But yeah, we're going back to the cause and effect paper from Tuko's the article about speaking problems, and mainly because I don't want you to always be focusing on coronavirus. I think that you have talked about it enough. We've experienced it. We're living through it. And so maybe to distract us a little bit, let's get back to the article that we've read previously. Sorry, I touched my face. I usually never touch my face. But yeah, you will write 5 paragraphs. There's going to be an introduction that summarizes the article. So who did she study? What were the results, the findings of the research? What were the conclusions and so on? Okay, so in your introduction, you can mention about the speaking problem in general for Turkish students, or in general for all students learning English, and then talk about this article. Yeah, the first body paragraph, you're going to talk about the effects, so speaking problems of high school students, and just mention what the problem is, why in your opinion, don't go into the details of the causes yet. So this is the block organization for cause and effect. And in block here, each paragraph might talk about all the causes, might talk about all the effects. One paragraph might talk about one of the causes and another cause. But yeah, each of your paragraphs are going to kind of, it's not going to be like the chain where in one paragraph you might have lots of a cause and effect. In block, you're going to just talk about your effect, cause, okay? The second body paragraph should be one of the causes from the student's perspective. The third body paragraph should be another cause from the teacher's perspective, okay? And so in that article, which most of you have read if you were following along with class, there were certain causes that they talked about. We'll go over them quickly. Yeah, the last paragraph, you're gonna should be your conclusion, which restates your thesis statement and summarizes your essay, okay? And your thesis statement will probably be the summary of your essay anyways, because your thesis should be something like, we will look at the causes from the student's perspective and the teacher's perspective, right? So, and we'll go over thesis statements more maybe next week. We're not going to have a class like regular class, but I will hold like an office hour, something for you to ask questions. I'm going to change the words for this. So I put 450, 600. I'm just going to make it at least one page. So I don't want it to be too long. I don't want you to have to agonize, but I also, you know, if you do want to write more, that's fine. So let's work on what the 450 to 600 words. Okay, so not pages, words. And then, yeah, you're going to submit it electronically on Google Docs. Use the quotations. So I'm not going to ask you to find any other references. You're just going to use her research. So yeah, but include her name and the year. So the year that was written was 2013. So you're going to include an in-text citation where you reference the writer. Okay, so basically for every paragraph, you should have one in-text citation from the paper. You know, so if you state that in her research, the students, their main cause for speaking problem was anxiety, then that's where you would put the reference. Okay. In the addition, this is the part where I wanted to do before coronavirus broke out, was to do a survey amongst your classmates, other students at Chukurova University, but we didn't have time to do this. So what I wanted you to do is to interview somebody, and it could be one of your friends. It just somebody who learned English in high school, okay? And that could be many different people. Try to find somebody around your age group, and it could be a friend from class, it could be one of your siblings, and you're going to include parts of the interview in each body paragraph, right, to prove your point. So you mention what the cause was, you're going to use her in-text citation, you'll use your own opinion, and then you'll say, and the interviewee says this about it, right? So having more sources obviously gives you more proof to support your argument that you're making. Okay, so if you did the assignment before, look at your outline that you did before. That's going to help you to be able to summarize that article that we read. What causes did you write about? Choose the two that are most significant, right? So I had asked you to do an outline of the introduction of the participants, things like that. Look back at that. If you don't know where that is, go ahead, ask me, and I will send you a link to your own. Yeah, and so we'll just quickly go over the article. There were 120 participants, age 15 to 16, 4 high school English teachers. The instruments, that's the things that they use to do the research. You know, for these kind of things, they do face-to-face interviews, observations, and then questionnaires for students and teachers. So causes, some of the causes from students' perspective, they were afraid of making mistakes. So confidence, fear of limited vocabulary, limited grammar, lack of motivation from teacher to speak. So the teachers weren't motivating them. Reliance on Turkish language, which the researcher calls mother tongue. And course book and syllabus were insufficient. Okay, from the teacher's perspective, they said the students' lack of confidence and nervousness of students. So both of them kind of agreed on that one. Compulsory course, so the course is mandatory, and they were saying that the teachers thought that the students only wanted to get a good grade and not to actually learn English, to use English. Peer pressure was mentioned briefly. But if you, even if some, you can talk about it as an issue, she mentions it in the article, then you can talk about it in your own perspective, and then you can use your interview as another way to back it up, right? So maybe the article only mentions it in one word, but you can find ways to make a whole paragraph about it, right? From your own experience and from the experience of your person that you interview, okay? The class sizes were too big. And that was mentioned briefly. It's like a couple sentences on that. But yeah, if that was your experience in school and not having the time, the teacher not having the ability and the time to kind of do speaking activities, you can mention that. So yeah, you're going to choose one of the cause from the student's perspective and another from the teacher's perspective. You're going to state the cause, referencing the writer. Okay, you're going to give your own opinions or maybe from your own experience, and then you're going to support your evidence with information from your interview. So kind of each paragraph, body paragraph should kind of follow that format. And I think even if you chose one of the ones that they don't really explain, if you draw on your own experience of high school and your interviewers or interviewees experience, in the questions that you ask them, you'll be able to, I think, write a solid paragraph, okay? Good paragraphs, remember, always include topic sentence, always write a concluding sentence. Okay, don't end with a quote. Don't ever end with a quote. Okay, so yeah, the interview, it doesn't really have, I don't want you to write down the interview, but possible interview questions you can ask each other, right? So, you know, you are on Zoom, you have each other's WhatsApp, you can just give each other a call and ask each other these questions. You don't have to write down the interview. I don't need that. You don't even have to tell me who the person was. Just refer to somebody else in your essay. So yeah, possible interview questions. If you're talking about something, you can describe the speaking classes in high school. Were there any problems that you had? So that's the paragraph number 2, talking about effects. And you can use your interviewees' opinions and words in order to help you write that. What do you think about blah, blah, blah as a reason for students having speaking problems? So you chose 2 of these causes. And so in the interview, make sure that you ask them about those causes. So if you chose anxiety, then you can ask them, what do you think about anxiety as a reason for students having speaking problems, right? And based on their answer, you would include part of that in your own essay, right? So take notes. You don't have to write the whole interview down. I do recommend recording it because it always will help you to get better information. What do you think about the teachers not doing blah, blah, blah, right? So talking from the teacher's perspective, we can use some kind of question. If you chose a certain thing, maybe about that they think that students are, that they said that there was I don't know, something, anxiety, then yeah, you can ask them, what do you think about teachers not doing more speaking drills or something like that? speaking activities in class. And so if that was the cause that you chose, ask your interviewee these kind of questions. You do not have to include the interview notes, simply refer to the interviewee in your essay, okay? You don't have to use a reference for that one. I don't want you to have to do that. But yeah, for example, if this was included, you can say in an interview with a female language learner, she stated that her lack of vocabulary prevented her from speaking in class. Okay, so if that's the cause that you chose, you would include something like that. So, you know, I would state that, you know, from the researcher stated that one of the issues students had, 41% of the students said that vocabulary was an issue. You know, in-text citation, blah, blah, blah, 2013, then give your own opinion about it, you know, based on this vocabulary. Vocabulary is very important to learn a language. And if we don't have sufficient language, then it's going to be difficult for young language learners to use it. In the interview with the interviewee said, you know, that her lack of vocabulary prevented her from teaching or from speaking in class. As a result of all these things, you know, this was one of the reasons for speaking problems in the classroom. I feel like I'm way over. No, I'm almost done. Yeah, I'm finished. My internet connection is unstable. Okay, so yeah, look over your previous materials on Google Classroom about cause and effect. Reread the article. I'll resend it to you. Hopefully some of you have printed it out before we've all gone into quarantine. We're not going to stay safe yet because I'm just going to pull out of this and look at everybody. Okay, any questions? Does it sound doable?
Are you gonna share these slides with us?
Yeah. So all of the slides, all the materials, and the video, I will share hopefully by tomorrow, after I finish teaching speaking at 6 a.m. for myself. Yeah, so you'll get all these materials, and any previous materials are on the Google Classroom. So I'll share a link to the Google Drive so that you can actually see all of the materials, so you can click on anything that you want to look at, okay? Yeah, any other questions related to the midterm? No?
What
Good?
about the deadline? Do you have
Okay.
any tech-
I'm going to figure it out, but I want to do it after week 8. So I know that week 8 is the midterm. Let me ask the head of department, because I'm going to just give an excuse that I'm going to be busy week 9 or something like that with family issues. So I would like to maintain the week 9 as students don't come to class. And so I would like to give you more opportunity to work on this. You know, I don't want you to overthink these things, but you know, I still want you to be able to write about a research and write a cause and effect essay. So hopefully, yeah, either by the very end of week 8 or maybe the first day, Monday of week 9 or Tuesday of week 9. I just want to give you more time. And I will post the Google Classroom assignment so that you can see everything and see the requirements, get the Google Docs link, and then hopefully I'll give you the same type of rubric so that you know how what I'm looking for, right? So basically always the same thing. You know, the paragraphs, did you have your topic sentence? Was it not too general, not too specific? Concluding sentence, did you use research? Did you use an in-text citation? And yeah, there's only one in-text citation you have to use. And you know, because you're writing about what she's talking about, it's going to be easy for you to include that, okay? If you have a question about in-text citations, please send me a message on the Google Classroom assignment when I post it. So next week, yeah, is midterm week, but I'm going to hold the class at the same time, just so that if you have any questions, you can come on. Any other questions before we move on to one little issue? No, I don't see any hands. Okay, talking about class time, I believe 9 o'clock a.m. for you is the best time for me because it's 11 p.m. If I finish class, I know it's midnight, and then I can go to sleep. So some of you have asked me to teach at 11. 11 would mean 1 a.m. for me, which would mean that I would finish teaching around 2 a.m. and then I would only be able to sleep for 4 hours before I have to wake up and teach the speaking class at my 6 a.m. Okay, so the other option is that we do another day, and I think that that's going to be really difficult for me. So does anybody have another day that they like? And the only times possible would be 4 p.m. your time, 5 p.m. your time. I don't want to cut into 6 p.m. because I feel that 6 p.m. Is dinner time, and that you should be preparing and helping your family prepare lovely meals and desserts. Anybody want to chime in? The floor is open.
But maybe we can do our lessons on weekend.
On the weekend?
Yes, we can, cause I just woke up and I'm in very bad shape. I joined the lessons. I don't understand. I didn't understand anything what you're talking about. You're just talking about. I don't know. I need a coffee.
Because you're so tired, you mean?
Yes. Yeah, okay. I know it's not a holiday. We are not on holidays right now, but yes, we are continue our lessons online maybe. But I'm at home and I go to bed very, very late.
I know.
I don't want to do that either, but I couldn't sleep last night.
Okay.
Yeah, and I couldn't wake up, and I don't know.
Right.
I think we should change it immediately because I can't understand anything, and next week I believe that I'm not gonna wake up on the time and attend the lessons on the time. I think you should do something about that because you're gonna lose me.
Well, I mean, there's how many students? There's 21 at the moment, and there's supposed to be 60, around 60 of you, right? So yeah, I mean, only 1/3 of you are coming to class. And attendance is not mandatory. And so yeah, there's this video that's going to be posted. I feel like most other students, because of other issues like internet, also can't make it at certain time or any time. Is there any other 9 o'clock classes that you have? No. This is your only 9 o'clock class?
Yes.
Yes, that's the only.
I have 8 o'clock class.
We have 8 o'clock class for Thursday.
What? 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But I'm listening while I'm sleeping.
Before this class?
No,
okay.
On Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, on Thursday. Okay, not Tuesday. So Thursday, you have 8 o'clock. Okay. Hey, only English. Sorry. No secret talk. Okay.
I was talking to myself.
So, I mean, my biggest thing is, at some point in your life, you have to make the choice to sleep early. 9 o'clock, I think, is relatively not early. But yeah, I don't know your schedules. I don't know what time you're sleeping. I think sleeping at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning is probably a very bad idea. for your immune system and to fight coronavirus. So, if you wanted to help Turkey and the world, you would probably want to sleep early so that your immune system can fight off coronavirus. Let's discuss this more. I mean, ultimately, it's going to be my decision because my issue is, waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning for me. So I would have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't think any of you would choose to do that so I could teach. Maybe some of you would be online. But yeah, this morning I woke up at 3:45 a.m. I slept for 3 hours and was able to teach a class. So, I don't need much sleep. I also, after 3 hours, 1 hour of teaching and then 2 hours of posting a video, I went back to sleep at 7 a.m. and I woke up at 10. So I got 3 plus 3 hours. I'm doing okay. I'm still up. It's midnight and I have to wake up tomorrow at 6 a.m. So I would say that the bigger sacrifice being made at the moment is on my part. And so, and also, yeah, I don't have a job, so I am now a volunteer. Okay, so we can still kind of debate this. That my issue is that I don't want to do 3 days of having to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I mean, the other deal that I would do is just every morning I should wake up at 6 a.m. so that I have a normal routine. But yeah, we can discuss things like routines and study habits for all of you. And yeah, maybe you don't turn on your video and maybe you're sleeping and you just listen in one ear while you're dreaming. That might work for some of you. But yeah, I'll keep it open. But yeah, I'm really leaning. This is like, for me, the perfect time for me to teach an online class with the time difference, okay? So being here in California, 11 p.m., I still have energy, but I still, after this, with my sleepy time tea, I'm not drinking coffee anymore, sleepy time tea will help me hopefully fall asleep. And yeah, the other thing that there is no attendance. It's great for you to be in and listening and being able to react. Maybe watching a video isn't as entertaining. But the option is always there that the presentation, the PowerPoint, a PDF of the PowerPoint, an audio, and the video. So if anybody has issues with internet, downloading an audio of this and following along with the PDF might be a better option. So I have to kind of consider all the students and their needs, and maybe I have to send out a questionnaire about who actually has no access at the moment, depending on where they live and what their family's situation is. But right now, to me, 9 a.m. for you is the perfect time for me to teach. If I can make all of the classes 9 a.m., I would be really happy. So then I could stay up late and watch Netflix or whatever you're doing. Playing video games. Okay, so yeah. I am done. It's 12:15. I am gonna go to bed after this video gets posted. You can rewatch this, and then I'm gonna be waking up in 5 hours to prepare for speaking class. So if you're in my speaking class, see you there. And if not, go back to sleep and enjoy. Do whatever you do with your lives now. But yeah, great seeing you. Thank you for
Good night,
attending class. Yes, thank you. And yes, I'm checking out the YouTube channel right now. So thank you, everybody. Have a great day, and make sure that you stay safe, sleep, so get your vitamin C, talk to your friends, and yes, all of that. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.
And good night for you, Mr. Bob.
Good night.
Night.
İyi geceler. All right. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.